Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 5, week 5 of the Coach Joel Taylor Show from Jefferson's here in Carrollton. I'm Seth Kane, along with the head coach Joel Taylor, and we're getting ready for another week of West Georgia Wolves football, rekindling an old rivalry with the North Alabama Lions this week, as they're going to be making a return trip to Carrollton for the first time since 2017, back in the Division II Gulf South Conference days. So we're going to be talking more about them coming up here in just a bit. But, Coach, last week it was an off week. Got a chance to rest, relax a little bit, but also put in some good work too. How did the off week go?
It was good, like you said, rest and relaxation a little bit. But we got a chance to also reflect, but also refocus. So I thought it was a really good week. I thought we had a good week of practice. I thought Thursday was one of our better practices. Had a lot of energy out there. Guys were really locked in, doing the things we asked them to do. I thought it was a really good week. I thought we needed it, and now we're looking forward to our second season. We got 8 games. I think we got 2 straight home games, then we on the road, then we got 4 straight home games, and then we're on the road again, and that's the end of the season. So we're going to blink, and it's going to be gone. So,
yeah, no doubt about it. And that was one thing I was going to ask you about. Do you feel like the off week came at a right time of the season, or do you think it should have came later?
Honestly, I think it came perfect, honestly. I think when we came out the blocks, we had a lot of success by winning that football game versus Sanford. That told everybody in the nation that we can play at this level. And then we played Abilene tough, and then we lost to, Eastern Kentucky, and both were winnable games for us, right? But we got a chance to actually see those games, see ourselves, learn from our mistakes, right? And now go practice those things for 2 weeks to get ready for the next opponent. So I thought it was perfect timing to get ready for our second season. So, thank God it was here.
Well, before we get into talking about North Alabama, let's talk about how have you seen your team improve, players, coaches-wise, from week 1, from the first game of the season up to this game against UNA?
I think it's really I'm not going to say buy-in. I think a lot of our guys are bought in, right? They believe in what we're doing, what we're saying. They see the proof in the pudding. But, when you tell somebody, hey, you got to be here because this is going to happen. Well, if they ain't never seen it before, they'll be like, Coach, I could be here, So I just think the attention to detail, throughout the, first 3 weeks is going to be is big for us. That's the biggest improvement that I've seen. And I can't wait to go out there and actually they're going to show it on Saturday.
All right, well, let's talk about North Alabama a little bit. Brent Dearman, it's his second season there at UNA. He authored a book on the run-pass option. And I've read it. It's a fantastic read, by the way. But one thing that they have been successful in the RPO has been the P part of the RPO, and that's the passing department. How have y'all been preparing for that? Yeah,
our defense is kind of, made for the RPO a little bit. We always got a +1 player to the running back side, which is the read side. Now, people may, see numbers away from the back and just throw it out there really quick. But, we went against, Coach Dearman when it was at Mercer.
Yes.
His first game, actually, at North Alabama, which was a tough game. It really was. It was the hottest game I've probably been a part of, man. It was really hot that day. But we thought we kind of handled it pretty well then. I'm hoping we can do the same thing now. I know he's kind of having some problems right now quarterback-wise. I think his starter's out, and he has number 2 and number 7 are the backups right now. So I don't know how much RPO we're going to see. I know we're going to see a lot of run game. I can tell you that. I know I got a good feeling on that one.
Yeah, it's looking like started about 4 different quarterbacks so far this year for North Alabama. So, and I think T.J. Smith is going to be getting the start this weekend, 16 of 26 for 136 yards. But one of the guys that we need to talk about is one of their wide receivers, Takiri Kennebrew, who has just been putting up some immaculate numbers, 20 receptions, 339 yards, 2 touchdowns through 5 games. He's going to be a tough stop this weekend.
Yeah. I like to use the word grown man. I don't know if that's 2 words. Like, he is a really good player, attacks the ball well, has a huge catch radius. We were lucky at Mercer. He was actually out that game, So I didn't get a chance to go against him. And I turned on the UT Martin clips. The first 6 plays, he got 100 yards already, So he's a really good player. We got to do a great job kind of staying over top of him and eliminate the big play with him. But he is by far their best player, and I think he's one of the better players in our league.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, don't forget you can get your tickets online at uwgathletics.com. Don't forget to wear your blue this weekend as well. It's going to be a blue out. And want to fill the stands at University Stadium. It's going to be a 2 o'clock kick. And, yeah, we just love to see everybody out there. And again, but if you can't make it out of the game, we'll have it on the West Georgia Wolves Sports Network for you. And flagship station KISS 102.7 starting at 1 o'clock with countdown to kickoff. And, coaches, we continue to talk more. I mean, overall, health-wise for your team, how are the guys feeling?
Well, we're feeling a lot better. I can tell you that. You know, that week definitely helped us. You know, we have some, we got some injuries, we got some bangs and bruises, but that's part of football. You know, I don't think we're ever going to be truly 100%. You know, but, you know, we got some key guys that are coming back, so we're excited about those guys coming back. You know, and the guys are getting healthier and healthier and healthier, so we're looking forward to it.
Look at David Widener started back at quarterback again this week, and how's he feeling this week after coming off the off week?
Yeah, he's feeling good, man. I mean, he's feeling good. You know, Davin was actually feeling good in the game. You know, I say, you know, feeling good. You know, feel as best he could. You know, so that's why he started. We felt like he was, you know, healthy enough to start, and you give him 2 more weeks. So he's a little bit more healthier now. So, you know, maybe you may see the Davin of game 1 where he was going stretching for those 3rd downs, and those 4th downs on the run game. But like I said, we got Quincy behind, and you'll probably see Quincy in the game as well. Like I said, Quincy's a really good quarterback. He brings a different element, you know, to us. So you'll probably see both of those guys.
All right. As we talk more about UNA, I mean, as far as both sides of the ball, how have y'all been really preparing for some of the toughness that they have? I mean, I know they're pretty tough on offense, but defense is nothing to sneeze at either.
Yeah, man. I give all the props to Coach Dearman, man. I think he does a phenomenal job. I'm a big fan of his. His guys play hard, and, you know, he's an offensive savant, you know, so he runs everything that's under the clouds, man. You know, he's a guy that does a really good job of changing up his looks, you know, running different type of run plays. You know, I haven't seen Belly G in about 3 or 4 years, and he's running some Belly G now, you know. So he does a really good job from an offensive standpoint, just kind of keeping defenses off balance with the formations, the motions, the shifts, you know, things of that nature. So we got to do a great job, you know, of being disciplined on defense. You know, he's going to have trick plays, at least 2 or 3 of them. You know, but he does a really, really good job on offense, and on defense, they got some really good players. They really do. I think when we were doing the all-conference list, and, you know, there was about 3 or 4 DBs on that list to pick from. You know what I mean? So that just shows you that, you know, they got some talent on that team. I think he got a transfer linebacker, came in from UAB, and he was actually the leading tackler last year at UAB. You know, so they got some talent, man, and up front, man, those guys play hard. They fire off on the dang on football. They got a little unique look. You guys gonna get a chance to see. They got a 3-down line. They're gonna stack one backer probably at 3 or 4 yards. They're gonna stack the other backer right behind them at, you know, about 7 to 8 yards. You know, so that's a different look that a lot of people hasn't seen. You know, so we got to do a great job of preparing for that type of stuff. I know, you know, Coach Stevens and Coach Landis is in there right now, you know, scheming them up right now. But at the end of the day, we got to go out and execute, right?
Right. And we're going to bring you back for a Q&A session a little bit later on, but we're going to be meeting one of your players, Micah Thurman. What can you tell us about Micah that nobody knows at this particular moment before we bring him up here?
Well, I lost a recruiting battle with West Georgia. I can tell you that. So I was recruiting Micah at Mercer, and you know, I wanted Micah on that on my team because I just knew Micah had a whole bunch of potential. You know, and I wanted to mold that potential, and he decided to come to West Georgia. Whatever reason that was for, he decided to come to West Georgia, and I'm glad he's here.
Yes.
All right, I'm glad he's here, and, you know, Micah's one of the guys, man, you know, from the first day we got here to now, I've seen the most improvement out of Micah than anybody on our football team, you know. So I'm excited about him. I just hope he comes up here and say more than 2 words. You know, he don't say much now.
Well, he's laughing about it over there. So we're going to talk more with Coach Taylor. We got a Q&A session coming up with him with the fans here at Jefferson's here in just a few minutes. But we got Micah Thurman, linebacker for the West Georgia Wolves. He's going to be joining us next when the head coach Joel Taylor show continues after this. We're back here at Jefferson's on Maple Street in Carrollton for the head coach Joel Taylor show, and we're going to be shifting gears a little bit, and we're going to be talking to one of the West Georgia players here. Some that you've seen him on defense. You've seen him made a tackle or 2, or, well, as the paper says right here, 20 so far here on the season. But nonetheless, we got our linebacker junior from Warner Robins, Georgia, played at Northside Warner Robins High School, and an all-around great guy. Micah Thurman. Micah, thanks for being here with us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, let's go go ahead and just let's talk about from your perspective, how's the season been going for you and how have you been feeling over the course of the year?
Overall, the season's been going great. I had some goals I set for myself, like all conference, so I got to keep working to get there.
And so what are some of those goals that you have set for yourself? I mean, what are you doing to work on that to achieve those goals?
Just really watching film, being in the studio of the game like Coach Taylor always tells me to.
And as far when you go back and you look at games and you're watching game film, is there any specific things that you always, point out to yourself that you're like, oh, I've got to do this a lot better, or hey, I did a great job on that? And do you make mental notes or do you make actual notes so you can study it back over the week?
I just make mental notes of what I mess up on so I don't repeat the same mistakes and learn from other mistakes too.
Well, let's talk about what's been some of your most favorite moments on and off the field.
On the field, I say the win against Sanford. That was just like a big win for us. It's going to be in the history books forever, so that was my favorite moment on the field. Off the field, I say over the summer we had a NCAA tournament, and I ended up winning it Boise, so that was my favorite moment.
There you go. And how do you feel like that you have improved from your first season in a West Georgia uniform to today?
I say I improved more of a physicality standpoint and mental standpoint, just understanding the game more, like different schemes and schematics and stuff.
And looking at your teammates that you surround yourself with, from your perspective, how have you seen that they've improved over the course of the season?
I just say just what the coach has been trying to instill to us, like the 3 pillars Coach Taylor had for love, compete, believe. Just like loving each other, competing, getting after it, and just believing what he's trying to teach us and coach us up to do.
Well, as we have North Alabama come again this weekend, I know you've watched some game film on them. How are you preparing for North Alabama this weekend? What is your main job going to be, and who are you going to try to get some more tackles added to your stats this weekend?
Just really containing that run game because they're just going to be a big run team this week.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and we're going to do a segment called Let's Get to Know the Players, and we're going to be getting to know Micah Thurman a little bit here. So do you have a pregame ritual? Do you music, certain food you eat, certain things you do? What's something you do to get you hyped up for before a game?
I ain't got too much of a pregame ritual. I do got like a game day playlist, but really my main thing is just watching this Ray Lewis video about effort, basically saying effort between you and that's it, like nobody else.
All right, let's ask another one. What's your favorite food?
Steak and potatoes.
Oh, my kind of guy right here. Let's see here. What was your favorite subject in school?
Math. I like math like when I'm understanding it, but when you frustrate, we're not getting it, it's just very frustrating, but yeah. Math.
All right. And who's your favorite music artist?
Right now I got 2, so it's between Lil Baby and Future.
All right, very nice. And let's see here. What do you like most about West Georgia?
I say the campus. It's not like too big, but it's also not like too small. So I like the geography of it, like where it's at, and like the city of Carrollton. It's like a nice community, so I really like it.
Okay, and we're going to put Coach Taylor on the spot right here for a second. What is your favorite Coach Taylor saying, quote, etc., that just sticks with you all the time?
It's a Bible verse. It's from the book of Proverbs. It's as iron sharper iron, so one person sharpens another. And I really try to apply that to my life. Make sure I'm around like people that's going to benefit me and make me better.
All right. And if you had to go back and you had your younger self sitting across from you, what would you tell your younger self today?
I told myself to get more out of my comfort zones and instead of being a child and getting the deeper end of life, just go out more.
Okay. And what advice would you give younger football players that have dreams and aspirations to play college football?
Just hard work and effort. Those 2 things is going to get you seen. It won't go unnoticed.
All right. Micah Thurman, linebacker for the West Georgia Wolves. Thanks so much for being here with us today, and good luck Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. Micah Thurman's going to be seen all over the place on the field on Saturday. Come be with us at University Stadium at Rayland Field. Kickoff at 2 o'clock. If you can make it, we'll have all the coverage for you on the West Georgia Wolves Sports Network, kicking off at 1 o'clock with countdown to kickoff. Again, our special thanks to Jeffersons, who have been wonderful hosts here tonight, and all the wonderful servers. So please come on by and see them every day, Sunday to Saturday. You can check out more online at jeffersons.com, located right here at Maple Street. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, it's going to be time for a Q&A session with head coach Joel Taylor with the fans here at Jeffersons. That's all on the way next on the Head Coach Joel Taylor Show. It's a Head Coach Joel Taylor show here at Jefferson's on Maple Street in Carrollton. I'm Seth Kane here with Head Coach Joel Taylor as we get ready for the third and final segment, getting ready to wrap it up. And again, our big thanks to all of our fine folks here at Jefferson's tonight for their wonderful wait staff. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody who's here with us this evening. And wow, what a wonderful job they do. So come by, patronize Jefferson's, and get some great food. It's even a great pregame meal before West Georgia plays North Alabama this weekend. Again, kickoff at 2 o'clock, and if you can't make it out of the game, we'll have all the play-by-play coverage for you starting at 1 o'clock with countdown to kickoff on the West Georgia Wolves Sports Network with Matt Skinner. Nick White and Matt Skinner and I will have the call of the game for you on flagship station KISS 102.7. Now we're going to open the floor up to our fans who are in attendance tonight for the Q&A session with Coach Taylor. Jared Bacchus is going to be walking around with a microphone, so raise your hand, and who wants to go first? Don't be shy now. I believe Mr. Bass has.
Who are some of the freshmen that have impressed you most so far this year?
Oh, man, I tell you, the one that kind of sticks out, and we actually get him back this week, is Jordan Dees. Jordan Dees comes from Alabama, and he's done a really, really nice job, wide receiver, just getting in there and competing. He wasn't one of the guys that you would think, that just pop on the scene, and he did, man. I thought it'd probably take him a year, maybe two, man. But you just never know with kids, man. They just kind of just get it turned around. Another guy, unfortunately, he got hurt. He tore his ACL. Was John Sinius, another wide receiver. He was a really good player. He's probably one of our top recruited players that we brought in. He's done a phenomenal job. The hometown hero, Bryce Hicks. I think Bryce has done a really nice job. We're going to try to find some places for him, each game. Nice change of pace back. Let's see here. I'm just trying to think on the defense side of the ball. A guy that you're going to see a lot more often now is Courtney Kelly. Plays defensive line for us, defensive end. Courtney is powerful, man, and he plays the game the way it's supposed to be played. Really, really enjoy watching him play the game. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else on the defense side of the ball. I think that's about it as far as freshmen that are going to get some real playing time this year. Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Speaking of freshmen, Coach, do you have recruits on campus and on the sideline for the game, and kind of what is the routine when you bring a recruit on campus?
Yeah. So every weekend we want to get as many guys on campus as possible. One of the things we try to do, if it's not an official visit, our unofficial visits, we want to try to get as many people on campus as we can, right? We want to get our 25, we want to get our guys that we're truly recruiting, all right? But we really want to have a real big push with the 26, right? At the end of the day, I firmly believe if somebody gets on our campus, right, it's hard to leave our campus like, man, like that is a nice campus. That's a nice place. So I think you guys are going to see a lot of people on our sideline pregame. I think we had a meeting this morning. I think we got to have like 100, right, as of today, we got 120 or 130 26s that already signed up for this game. All right, about 20 for our 25s. I think it's about 20 to 25 kids, the guy that we're truly recruiting. So we'll have a big crowd out there. Like I said, that's just for the day. So we close it on Thursday. So they got about 2 more days to kind of sign up. So you may see about 200 kids on our sideline pregame. But we want to get kids on our campus. We want to get kids to see our brand of football, meet our coaches, meet our fans, see a game day. But we're also going to do the NCAA actually pushed up the signing day in December. All right, usually it was like the third week in December, but they pushed it up, so it's the first week of December this year. So usually you got time to kind of get on the road and see the kids and go in their homes, all that type of stuff. All right, well this year since they pushed it up and they did that in June, it was like, man, you're not giving us time to prepare. But what we're going to do is homecoming, and when we play Lincoln, we'll actually have a official visit going on that weekend, So we'll have, some of our top prospects that we're trying to sign in December on campus those 2 weekends.
All right, looks like we got one in the back here.
Hey, Coach, how you doing, man?
All right.
Congratulations on the job. I think that, as I know of it, you're the black first head coach of West Georgia. So I want to give that a thumbs up. I'm one of the locals from around here, man, and I've had my brother is Reggie Brown, played in the league. Had a cousin, Jamie Henderson, played for the Jets. And I just wonder, like, one of the questions why I wanted to come out here to say is, like, over the years, are you and your staff going to create a recruit local or not? Or because I think some of the coaches in the past, they really didn't kind of hit on that situation right there. And I just wanted to see what you think about that.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we want to recruit the best players. If the best players are in Carrollton, we're going to be in Carrollton. We actually had our bye week this week, so we had all our coaches on the road, but I stayed locally. All right, so I was at the Mount Zion game, went up to Bremen, went to go see Bremen play a little bit, and then went right up the road to Villa Rica. Right, so we are going to make, our backyard, our priority. There's no doubt about that, right? All the kids are going to know who we are. It's a lot of kids, man. It's crazy, man. They never been on our campus. I mean, I'm like, what? Like, come on, like you're in our backyard. You never been on our campus. So we're definitely going to recruit locally. We're going to recruit the state of Georgia. But the great thing about West Georgia as well is, we get in-state tuition on bordering states. We got a fruitful, backyard in Georgia, but we can go to Florida, we can go to Alabama, we can go to Tennessee, we can go to North Carolina and South Carolina and recruit kids, right? And I think that's a real plus for us, for a institution and a football program to bring those type of kids in, because you're recruiting the Southeast. That's what you're recruiting. That's where the best players are at. So, but we will definitely take care of home.
All right, let's see. I think we may have time for one or two more. Anybody? Let's see here. Actually, I think, okay, we got one more for the back.
Yes, sir. Yes. My son is the head high school coach around here right now, one of the local schools.
You probably have to speak up for us just a little bit. It's a little bit loud up here with the.
Okay. And I was just asking, just wondering, you play ball and where you play ball at. I'm sorry, this is my first time coming here tonight, so if I missed something earlier when you was here, woo.
Yeah. You probably won't believe it. I actually started out as a baseball player. Loved the game of baseball, was really good at it, played multiple positions. It was awesome. And I actually broke my wrist 2 years in a row when I was in high school. And I said, you know what, I guess baseball's not for me. And I switched to football. So I started playing football my junior year, right? My junior year. So I was just a tall, lanky joker, I was probably about 150 pounds, about 6'3", just flying around, hitting people. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know nothing. And sure enough, man, I was blessed with the opportunity to get a scholarship to go to South Carolina State University, where I played my 4 years there, became a team captain, won a championship there. And truly changed my life going to South Carolina State, man. So definitely played ball, played safety. I'll knock you out now. Hey, I talk nice, but I didn't play nice. So, but definitely, man, it was good times, and definitely enjoyed playing the game of football, of course.
All right. And I think we're going to wrap it up there on the Q&A session. Well, Coach, before we let you go, let's get your three biggest keys to get the win on Saturday.
Well, I think we got to be the most excited team to play out there, and I think we'll be that, because the fans will be behind us. They're going to be cheering us on. So when they have energy, we're going to have energy. So I think that's going to be big. The next thing is I think we got to execute. All right, we got to execute. We can't beat ourselves. It's so hard to beat the other team. So we got to execute. We got to be disciplined, and we got to do the things it takes to win the ball game. And then the last thing I would say, we got to start fast, man. We got to start fast. I get that, North Alabama, they come in here 0-5, right? But they're not an 0-5 team. They are not. All right, they're a good football team. I think they played a FBS one game, and 3 of the other games they were close, and I think 2 of those games were ranked teams. So, yes. And they played Tarleton State. Tarleton State, one of the better teams in our league. I think they're probably ranked maybe 12th or 13th or something of that nature right now. And they were 14-14 with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Yeah. So we got to come out. We got to start fast. We got to have a good game and just be, like I said, attention to detail, execute, and just be the most exciting team to play on Saturday. Saturday.
All right, Coach Taylor, good luck on Saturday. We'll see you then.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, the head coach Gerald Taylor Show from Jefferson's here in Carrollton. Don't forget, kickoff is going to be at 2 o'clock at University Stadium. You can get your tickets online at uwgathletics.com. And again, if you can't make it out to the game, we'd love for you to join us on the radio. Starting at 1 o'clock, we count down to kickoff with Matt Skinner, and then all the play-by-play action with Nick White, Matt Skinner, and myself on the flagship station of the West Georgia Wolves Sports Network, KISS 102.7. Hope to see you at University Stadium on Saturday. Thanks for joining us tonight, and thanks to everybody here at Jefferson's for joining us this evening. And we'll see you next week on another episode of the Head Coach Joel Taylor Show, live from Jefferson's.